Hello there, YouTube. This is XT250 Rides. I'm starting up a video channel here of some footage of me riding my 2009 Yamaha XT250. Right here in this scene, I'm starting out in the downtown area of Milford, Ohio. I just adjusted my idle. It's been wandering a little bit. I took the carb off and cleaned it. Couldn't really find anything, but still having a little bit of an issue. See me do the biker wave here to this guy. So I'd like to kind of chronicle my trips in and around this part of Ohio. I've had this bike for about 2 years. I haven't ridden really in many years, so I'm quite conservative when I ride. It's been at least 25 years since I've ridden on the road. I used to have a 1973 Honda CB450, and I've had some mini bikes, and a 1978 Honda XL. But this is kind of me, in my early 50s, getting back on the road a little bit. So I'm very conservative. I'm still getting my skills built back up, and obviously I don't want to wreck and break any bones. You can't really tell, but I've got quite a bit of padding on underneath here. I'm kind of a all the gear all the time kind of guy. So I've got some chest protectors and tailbone protector and some knee pads, elbow protectors, all that kind of stuff. This is a road coming out of Milford. It's heading toward Camp Dennison. It's kind of a historic area. Next time I ride, I'm going to go through that tunnel and kind of go that route. That goes west from here. I'm generally heading kind of north, maybe a little bit northeast on most of this route. This is pretty early on a Sunday morning back in April. It's kind of a warm day. I like to get up early and ride just to avoid some of the traffic that you get on the weekends. I don't ride during the weekday. I'm too busy with work, but you'll see some funny angles like that. This is being recorded on a very cheap 360 camera. I haven't invested much money into my camera yet, obviously. If this channel's a success, maybe I'll upgrade, but it does allow you to do some interesting angles, and you'll see some of that here in this recording. Up here in a second, there's a squirrel or a chipmunk or something darted out in the road and stopped right in the center of the road in front of me. So I had to slow down and downshift. I didn't want to tangle up with him. Not that I think it would do anything to my motorcycle or my path of travel, but just didn't want to go there. So this has been a pretty reliable bike, other than the idling issue. I'm kind of a short guy. I'm about 5'7", and this is one of the few dual sports that have a seat height as low as it has. I think it's around 31.5 inches or something like that. It's just right for me. I can, touch the ground no problem. If I'm wearing boots, I can flat-foot it. Here I'm coming into the Camp Dennison area. You'll see a couple of historic buildings coming up here on the left. They're stone. I'm not sure if they're houses or what they were, if they were part of the camp encampment, but there's a nice stone one right here, right off the curve. And there's another one coming up here, a little bit bigger one. It's a pretty area here in the Cincinnati area, the suburbs of Cincinnati here. But I've seen a lot of guys riding their bikes and posting videos on YouTube. I've watched tons of footage, and I thought I would just get into the action a little bit. It kind of motivates me to get out and ride also. But yeah, this 360 camera, there's what's called I think a little world or little planet view. Like I said, it's kind of cool. You can play with the angles and everything, but this particular model is very cheap. I paid about $60 for it on sale, brand new. So, you're not going to see any good resolution or anything out of this. But it is kind of fun to pick the different angles and It's like having a small cameraman sitting right there in your handlebars. I apologize for some of the sound quality of the ride itself. I've got an iPhone mount on there. It's a really cheap one, and I think I've traced the rattling that you might hear at the higher RPMs to that cell phone mount. It rattles around. It's just cheap plastic. Next time I go out, I want to bundle that up somehow or take it off one or the other. I don't really like to use my phone when I'm riding. I like to kind of disconnect and not look at a glowing screen for a change and just take in the view. So one way or another, hopefully I'll have that corrected. In the future, I'd like to make a video kind of covering the gear that I wear, some of the safety gear, and the gear on the bike. I really haven't done very many modifications to this XT250. It's fairly stock, and I've changed the tires and things like that. But I'd like to share what I've done with it. There's another one of those weird angles off the 360 camera. I think I'm going over the Little Miami River. That scene right there. Coming up to the town, it's very close to Miamiville, Ohio. Again, this is all suburbs of Cincinnati, basically. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this bike. At some point, I'd like to take it off-road a little bit. I'm not going to go too crazy. It's kind of funny watching myself here because I had let my hair grow out during the COVID pandemic, so it's pretty long in this picture, or in this video. I ended up chopping it off probably a couple weeks after I shot this. It's all short now, the way it's been for most of my adult life anyway. But I plan on shooting some more videos and taking some more rides. Hope you'll be interested and catch some of my films here. This is kind of a pretty area I'm coming up to. It's very wooded. The video stops here in another minute or so. I'm not sure why its camera sometimes will stop whenever it wants to, but unfortunately it's a really cool section to stop on where it's very steep hill going up, very windy, but it'll fizzle out here in a minute as soon as I take this right turn. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for joining me on my first video. Love to hear what you think in the comments, and keep an eye out. I'll hopefully have some new ones coming out soon. And everybody stay safe out there. This is XT250 Rides.